Have you felt like something's just off lately? Like the world is heading towards something we can't quite define, and yet we feel it. Maybe it's the climate, the wars, the tech moving faster than we can keep up. Or maybe it's deeper, like we are standing at the edge of something. Turns out, we are not the first to sense it. Across many different cultures, religions, countries, and centuries, seers and mystics have pointed to a period of upheaval. Some talk about war, some warn of natural disasters, some hint at cosmic events, and others tell of spiritual resets and complete economic collapse. What's worrying is that so many of their prophecies seem to converge around the 2020s. And what's even more unsettling is that 2025 is supposed to be the year when it all starts to go downhill, really fast. Nostradamus, aka Michel de Nostradam, doesn't need an introduction. The 16th century French apothecary and astrologer has become somewhat of a household name in modern times. He published hundreds of cryptic poems called quatrains that supposedly predict the future. Scholars who have studied his predictions claim that he has been eerily accurate about some of the biggest events in human history. For example, a popular quatrain talks about a city being consumed by fire in 66. Many believe that this prophecy was about the Great Fire of London in 1666, which destroyed much of the city. Then there's another popular prophecy that talks about a great king of terror who comes from the sky. Many link this to the 9/11 attacks. Some of his writings point to major upheaval in the mid-2020s, and some even say 2025 in particular. One widely debated quatrain says, "A great war will begin in France. Then, a dark star will pass through the heavens." Now, different people interpret this differently. Some believe the dark star could mean a rogue planet, or that it could be a metaphor for an economic or technological collapse. Others say it could mean a breakdown of society or even a disastrous cosmic event. And that war in France? Well, given the way things are in the world, nothing should surprise us anymore. So, is this prophecy just another poetic stretch? Or is Nostradamus still whispering warnings from 500 years ago? Baba Vanga, the blind mystic from Bulgaria, is another popular seer, and you've probably already heard about her. She lost her sight during a storm when she was just 13. After that, she claimed to receive visions of the future. Sometimes, the visions were about people's personal lives, and at other times, they were about massive world events. She supposedly predicted 9/11, the Kursk submarine disaster, and even the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. Some say she also predicted Brexit and the dissolution of the Soviet Union. So, what's on her checklist for 2025? Well, some scholars believe that she has made two big predictions for the year 2025. And both these are terrifying, to say the least. The first states that a massive tsunami will hit Asia. In particular, it could devastate parts of Japan and surrounding regions. This could rival the 2004 tsunami, wiping out coastal cities and displacing millions. The second prophecy hints at a major global economic collapse. She described it as the collapse of the financial order as we know it. Many interpret this as a banking crisis or the bursting of the debt bubbles. Ancient wisdom somehow survives even the harshest waves of time. And one of the finest examples of that is the ancient wisdom of the Hopi people, a Native American tribe with one of the most fascinating prophetic traditions in the world. Unlike the cryptic riddles of Nostradamus or the visions of Baba Vanga, Hopi prophecy is passed down orally, generation after generation. What's interesting about them is that they not only speak about the future, but about the cycles of human existence. According to the tribe, humanity has lived through 4 different worlds. The first world was destroyed by fire. The second world ended in ice. And the third world was wiped out by a great flood. And now, we're living in the fourth world, which is reaching its final phase. After this one, there will come a fifth world, which will be a peaceful and spiritual world. However, that comes only after a massive period of purification. What's scary is that the purification might have already started and is slated to get worse around 2025. researchers say that some of the omens of the purification that the Hopi elders talk about are happening right in front of our eyes. One of these omens talks about the earth shaking in places it has never shaken before. I think we are beginning to see this now. Another says the climate will go haywire. It talks about land heating up, rivers drying out, and storms becoming unpredictable. Again, all of this is starting to happen. A scary one states that ashes will fall from the sky. Many interpret this as a reference to nuclear weapons or atmospheric disasters and is yet to happen. But perhaps the most mysterious of the omens is the arrival of the blue star Kachina. According to legend, this star will appear in the sky as a final warning to humanity. There are many interpretations for what this blue star might be. They range from a comet or asteroid to a supernova or even unidentified flying objects, in line with the Hopi lore of star people. Now, here's one you might not have heard of. Johannes Friede, a 13th century Austrian mystic and Catholic monk. He isn't that well known in modern times, but his prophecies have been quietly circulating in esoteric circles for decades. What's chilling is how many of his predictions match with modern science. For instance, one of his most quoted warnings is this: "When the great time will come, in which mankind will face its last, hard trial, it will be foreshadowed by striking changes in nature. The alteration between cold and heat will become more intensive. Storms will have more catastrophic effects. Earthquakes will destroy greater regions, and the seas will overflow many lowlands." He also spoke of unprecedented volcanic activity and a time when the sky will burn. Some interpret this as nuclear war, while others link it to a massive solar event that would fry our satellites, take out our grids, and knock us back into the Stone Age. The timeline for these prophecies aren't specific, but later mystics who referenced Friede's prophecies placed the events in the early 21st century, with 2025 often mentioned as a potential threshold year. So, is 2025 the year everything changes? Is it the beginning of the end? Or are we just projecting our fears onto spooky old predictions? Here's what I think. Whether or not the world ends in 2025, these prophecies reflect something deeper. A feeling we have, deep down, that things can't go on like this forever. And maybe, just maybe, these warnings aren't meant to scare us. Maybe they're meant to wake us up. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious, which prophecy freaked you out the most? And what other prophecies have you heard? This is The Boy Who Ponders, and if the world's still around, I'll see you in the next mystery.